Going to use the buffalo chicken mixture from yesterday to make some bread roll-ups, and there are tons of keto breads out there, so whatever you have is fine. And I get a lot of questions about that actually. So one thing to just clear up about keto bread and tortillas is the main issue that would cause them to stall your weight loss, or the main way they would be stalling your weight loss, is you might not be that hungry, right? When you go on a diet that's very restrictive like keto, and your only option is eggs or steak and avocado or some roasted broccoli or something, you might feel like not eating, So you lose weight because your options are limited, you feel like eating less, therefore you eat less calories and you lose more weight. But when you start throwing low-carb bread and low-carb tortillas into the mix, all of a sudden, when you otherwise just weren't very hungry for anything, you're like, ooh, but if I put those eggs on a piece of bread, it'll taste really good. So now you're eating when you otherwise wouldn't have, and that is where the extra calories are coming in that are causing you not to lose weight. So these things are fun every now and then. I can eat this stuff pretty much every day and not see an effect on my weight loss or start gaining weight or anything. But if that's an issue for you, that's just something to consider. And then there are certain ones that may raise your blood sugar or something. So just always be mindful of that. Okay, back to what we're doing. We are cutting off the crust. And now we're gonna take a rolling pin and flatten them out. I did a really bad job of that because I was talking while I was removing the crust. So here we go. Hello from Maryland. What's up, VA Arnold? What's up, Bless Mommy? What vegetables can you eat on keto? You can eat pretty much any vegetables on keto. Aside from the super starchy ones like potatoes, there are going to not be a lot of, or you're not going to have a lot of room left in your carbs for the day if you have a serving or half a serving of potatoes or even sweet potatoes. Doesn't mean those foods are bad. Potatoes, especially sweet potatoes, are very good for you. They're very healthy. But if you are the type of person who's like me and as soon as potatoes are on the table, you're just at McDonald's ordering fries, then it's just easier to cut them out. So that's kind of what I've noticed. And that's why low carb works well for me. And the same thing, with the low carb breads and stuff, you just want to be careful that if that's the case for you with those products, then that could be something you want to limit. All right, so now we're adding the buffalo chicken mixture to the flattened bread, and we're gonna roll it up. Just roll it up like this. There you go. We're just doing 2 of these because I actually just made a batch of these. I made a reel, and I already got a picture of those. So, boom, our second one. And we're gonna brush them with some butter. Here we go. And you really wanna brush both sides with butter. Like this. Yeah. All right, that's all of our butter. And now we're just gonna air fry them at 400 for 8 minutes. Oh, it went rolling when I put it in there, okay. And you probably wanna do the folded side down so they don't come apart. And that is what we're making today. I'm gonna put this in the fridge though because it's been sitting out for a while and Anna said she wanted to eat the rest of it, so I don't want her to get salmon vanilla. I'm honestly thinking, because we give Sophia regular bread, it's one of those things where I went into having a baby thinking we're only going to give her real food that God created, nothing that man has ever made. But she's just like not hungry. She doesn't really eat a lot. So sometimes we give her bread or like, you know, the Lupin mac and cheese and stuff. And I'm thinking that I could do something like this for Sophia where instead of the buffalo sauce, I put, because she can't have spicy stuff, I just do the cream cheese, the cheddar, and the chicken, mix that up, roll that up, and do this. And maybe she'll like eat it like her little sticks. So we'll see. A knife would have been better to cut the crust off. Yeah. Macros come out to 1 or 2 carbs in most keto bread. Yep, 1 or 2 net carbs. And I will say, there are benefits to eating fiber. You know, if you look at like all the research on health and longevity, most people, except like a very tiny fraction of the carnivore / animal-based community, think that fiber is good for you. So most scientists will say fiber is good for you. And I feel good when I'm eating lots of fiber from vegetables and avocados, but the fiber from low-carb bread and tortilla products almost has the opposite effect, where I feel more constipated and my digestive is like not as good, especially if I'm overeating that stuff. If I have a serving or 2, it doesn't seem to be that big of a deal. But when I was eating low-carb tortillas like twice a day, every day, I was pretty constipated. So that's just something to think about too. Like, I don't think that type of fiber has the same benefits as the fiber you would get from an avocado or from green beans or something. Yeah, I've heard of the Carbonut one at Whole Foods. And the gluten-free, like the cleaner the ingredients get, the less tasty it's gonna be. That's just one thing to consider. You don't wanna go so far off the edge that you're eating stuff that claims to be keto but spikes your blood sugar and you're still eating it. Like, you don't wanna go that far. But when you go down the rabbit hole of like perfect ingredients, you are sacrificing taste. And you know, your taste buds will eventually adjust for sure, but I find that stuff to just be okay. Haven't been able to watch live for weeks. Glad to see the live tonight. Missed the live post. Hey, I'm glad you made it here tonight. This is called Nature's Own. It's a keto bread that I found at HEB. Does Sophia eat much meat? Chopped or grinded up is what I used to do with my kids, age 1 to 3. So Dee Dee, that's something that is kind of hard to get her to eat more meat. And I thought I would just tough it out and I would be like, look, Anna, if Sophia isn't eating her egg in the morning, we're not going to give her the other stuff. Like, she has to eat the good stuff first. But she just sometimes just doesn't eat it. So, but luckily we found out if we make the yolk runny, she gobbles it down. If we make her like the Starbucks style egg bites, she gobbles it down. So we figured out the whole egg situation. But meat is just a hit or miss. I like the idea of grinding it up though. Maybe like putting it in the food processor. Have you tried squash spaghetti? It's delicious. Spaghetti squash is amazing. Oh, mix it with mashed potatoes. That's a good idea, Dee Dee. Oh, nice, Whitney. You made the pickle sushi rolls. That's one of my favorite. I wouldn't even call it really a snack because it can be a meal, especially if you don't go too heavy on the cream cheese. It will have like nice macros for a meal. Ooh, corned beef hash. That's a great idea, Alexa. Just got my pork rinds today. Not sure if I'm doing nachos or Cinnamon Twist. So if you love pork rinds and you don't mind the taste of them, I think the Cinnamon Twists are a great idea. All right, let's check on these. They're like almost ready. I think like 2 minutes. So the Cinnamon Twists are great if you don't mind the taste of pork rinds, but when you go into it expecting the Taco Bell Cinnamon Twist, and for you guys who don't know what that is, it's where you take pork rinds and you put them in like a Tupperware or a bowl or Ziploc with melted butter, cinnamon, and whatever keto sweetener you have, and you shake it up. They kind of taste like the Taco Bell cinnamon twist, but it's not exactly the same. And if you're sensitive to the taste of pork rinds, you may not like it. But if you don't mind pork rinds, I would go for it. We made the tomato soup in grilled/fried cheese. Oh, nice. That one is so easy. What's up, Amanda? Carrie, the pups are doing great. Emma is actually being walked with Anna and Sophia right now. All right, we're gonna take these out. All right, and I'll show you guys the difference of, because like I said, I made a batch of these earlier. So these, I brushed with egg wash to get more of like a golden brown vibe. And look how they turned out. This is the exact same recipe, the exact same thing. So these are with an egg wash, which does nothing for the taste. They just look nicer. And these are just straight up brushed with butter. I guess they both look pretty good. But the egg wash ones are more like, you know, silky, smooth looking. But this is what you get, and it is so freaking yummy. Let's check out the inside. Have them with some ranch. Oh my God. Oh my God. It was like 10 out of 10. Amazing. Wow. Maybe this one was cheesier and we'll get like a better cheese pull. Not a great cheese pull. These had a better cheese pull, but look. Okay, this one didn't either. The one that I use in the reel, or actually I'm posting it to TikTok, you guys will see in like a week or something. That one had a really good cheese pull. But all right, these were amazing. I don't make my own ranch. I do sometimes. I think it's a lot better. But as you can see, this is a cup. This is probably 2 or 3 tablespoons worth of ranch. I did 1 or 2 dips, so that's like a quarter, like an eighth of a serving. I'm not going to dip all of these in ranch because, like I said, I didn't make my own. So it's just extra calories, it's extra seed oils that I don't want to deal with. And I think stuff like this tastes just as good with either like a minimal amount or not a lot. And that's something to think about if you're struggling to lose weight. You could dip it like this, right? Super tiny amount, didn't even affect how much ranch is in here. This is like a 1/16 of a serving. Or you could do what I used to do. We're gonna make a mess, but you could do what I used to do and dip it like this. And that is like half of the thing of ranch. And all you're doing is just getting a mouthful of ranch. Sure, it tastes really good and it's really fun, but you could end up eating an extra 700 or 800 calories per meal when you dip it that way. That's something I had to unlearn whenever I started like tracking my macros and becoming aware of calories. So that's just something to think about. Andrea, we made some little flattened bread buffalo chicken roll-ups on keto bread. Shout out to Home Depot. So I'm gonna get off here, guys. I love you. I believe in you. I will see you tomorrow. And if you don't have my book, Carefree Keto, oh, it's not behind me. It's right here. You can get it on Amazon. It has everything you need to know about keto. Bye, guys.